Forget what you learned in school. Never mind what your parents told you, and disregard what your friends say. From now on, the only people you need to listen to are these guys. For the next several minutes, they'll take you on a journey through the political jungle. And when your journey is over and you're safe at home, they promise you'll be stronger, smarter, and just plain better. So buckle up, hang on to your ears, because your journey starts now.
I shall not seek, and I will not accept the nomination of my party for another term as your president.
Well, I wish we would have heard Barack Obama say that about 3 years ago.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, this is the Ad Odd Show. I'm Brian.
And I'm Nate.
Thanks for joining us. Today's
You're
Thursday. January 28th, right? It's 2016. Man, January is almost over.
Yeah.
We're in Freedom Studios, baby. What floor? The 15th floor.
Huh.
What towers? Of course, the Patriot Towers. In what city? Liberty City. Where at, Nate?
China.
We're not in China.
Yep. You're not in China. I'm in China doing the show remote today.
Chinatown?
Oh, no. What?
What? Oh, my God. China. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Our engineer, Steve, he's in the little box over there. Yeah, put down the magazine, Steve. Start paying it. Yes, we're on the air now. Boy.
Yeah, barely. We barely made it.
Yeah, we had some technical difficulties.
Luckily,
Steve came through.
Luckily, Steve came through and knows what he's doing.
Nate
Steve
didn't help at all.
Is not the least, what is it?
Helper?
Well, yeah, the least helpful. Yeah.
Well,
in the group.
That would be impossible because I'm here, right?
Right.
Am I the least helpful?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't think I like that. I can be least helpful.
I doubt it.
I could just not show up. Then the show would be good. Can't have that. How was your week? We were off last week because
we were. Everybody was sick. Yeah,
your little baby was sick.
Yeah, it was horrible.
She's happy birthday, Liberty.
That's today.
Yeah. She's 62.
Yep.
No, I don't know. How old is she?
I can't. It's hard to keep track. After all these years, I've lost count.
They grow so fast. Those little babies.
Yeah, we were lucky enough. We got to spend a whole night in the hospital and everything with her. It was really terrible.
What was the issue?
Stubbed her toe or something.
Respiratory?
Yeah, pneumonia and whatnot.
Ooh, that's not good for babies.
No, I know. No, it's not good for anybody.
No,
really,
but babies and old people shouldn't get pneumonia. They die. So she's doing good?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. She is such a cutie and usually so happy until she sees me.
Mm-hmm. Like most people.
So you remember when I PM'd you, I said, what can I bring her for her birthday? And you said vodka.
Yes.
What did I bring?
Vodka.
Yeah.
No, that's perfect.
I got one of those little airline bottles of vodka for her.
Yeah.
We'll put a nipple on that. Should be off.
I'm not going to do that, but okay.
Okay. Well, how is she going to learn? You want her to learn that kind of stuff on the street, Nate?
She can use a straw.
Oh, okay. She sippy cup.
Yeah.
She doesn't need a baba.
She doesn't get bottles anymore, actually.
Good.
At all.
Good.
No bottles, no pacifier.
Yeah, nothing. No fluids at all. Maybe that contributed to the pneumonia. I don't know. Just wondered. All right. Well, I'm glad she's doing better and everyone else is. I had a little bit of a sore throat. I'm coughing up stuff, so it's going around. My daughter's sick. She didn't go to class today, but that's not unusual. And but she's not feeling good. So
it's horrible.
Yeah.
You're really not a nice person.
I'm not a nice dad or a person.
When she hears this later.
Oh, yeah. That's why I say it.
That's not a risk, is it?
She'll never hear it. Actually, there's a few things to talk about this week, isn't there?
Yeah.
I don't know. Where do you want to start and jump into it?
I can't see any of them because in the midst of Steve fixing things, he had to
get rid of the prep page.
Yeah.
Are you going to pull that up?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
I thought maybe we could talk about the GOP debate coming up and how Trump is going to be at the forefront of that.
Yeah, what is that at 9:00 tonight or something?
I don't know.
I think,
nor do I care.
I
don't remember ever having.
I think there's one that
debates.
already happened, right? The
warm up.
The four people that
The opener.
I mean, really, just go away. And then there's the 8 or 9 or the 8. I think there's 8.
I don't know. They added, didn't
that should just go away.
they? They added Rand Paul, didn't they?
I don't think they added him. I think he finally met all of the criteria to be in a debate on the main stage.
Well, that's good.
See, before,
So he was like JV. Now he's up to varsity.
yeah, right. And
Put me in, coach. I don't smoke.
I don't remember if we talked about this or not, but it was the
Hard to tell.
the Fox Business News debate, right, where he did not meet the criteria to be on the main stage.
Yeah.
The criteria that had been set forth months ago or whatever, right? It wasn't like they made it up to keep him off of the main stage. He did not meet the criteria. Okay. And so he boycotted, which ended up great for him because he had way more. He got way more media than he would have if he would have actually went to the debate.
So
because nobody watches.
He
those
met the
debates.
criteria for these people now?
This one he met the criteria.
Okay.
I think his poll numbers went up or something, probably because he skipped the last one. I don't know.
But maybe that's where Trump's getting the idea.
Well,
I won't even go.
That was my first thought. Like, is Trump stupid enough that he thinks that that's a good tactic? Maybe.
Hey,
maybe.
I think there's nothing to lose for him. Why would a leader go into a debate? Only the second and third and fourth place people go into a debate.
Because
He's got everything to lose and nothing to gain.
so the Iowa caucus is on February 1st.
Right, and
It's coming right up. This is Iowa.
I wouldn't do it.
I think people, especially in Iowa, are going to make their decision. Undecided people
Here's my
make their decision
Nah.
based on the debate tonight.
Nope.
Because they don't pay attention at all otherwise.
Nope.
But they say, "Oh, the caucus is coming up. I should tune in now."
Nope.
At the last minute.
Disagree.
And figure out who to vote for.
You couldn't be more wrong.
I could.
Because here's the thing. Trump could shoot a man in the middle of the street and people still vote for him. Nobody's on the fence with Trump. They either love him or they hate him. There's not much middle ground there.
I'm not talking
And
about
I don't-
being on the fence with
and
Trump
I don't think
necessarily.
I don't think he's going to lose anything. I just don't think so. And like I said, I don't think he wins anything if he does the debate. And if he F's up
I don't
bad,
know.
he could lose. So it's silly. The front runner doesn't. He has no incentive to do the debate.
Yeah, I don't agree. With
That's why Cruz said, "Oh, I want to debate him, 1-on-1. I'll do that." Well, of course he'll do that because
Right.
he's got nothing to lose,
Right.
and everything to gain.
Yeah.
So I don't think Trump. Why should he put up with that? He's going to get more PR and more crap done with his raising money for veterans thing.
Well, and I think Marco Rubio and
he'll get plenty of state coverage and plenty of state advertising.
Marco Rubio and one of the other dudes is going to go to his event too because they're on the early. I think it's Marco. I don't know. They're on the early debate, so they have time to go to his.
I don't care.
His event.
The point is, if the people in Iowa don't know who Trump is and what he stands for, they're not going to gain it by watching him in a debate.
So you think nobody watches the debates and makes decisions based on it?
I don't think
so. Why have a debate at all?
I agree. I think they're stupid.
So how do people find out about candidates? Do you think?
I don't know how. I think
by watching things in prime time.
No, I think
where all the candidates are standing up there and answer questions.
They get their information from the Ad show.
It's prime time right now.
Right, we're in prime time.
I'm telling you, prime time. That's the only time that people get information about debates. The rest of the time, they're off giving speeches, but the people at the speeches are supporters, right? So they're not getting anything.
They all have websites that generally spell out their.
Look, the people that don't know who they're going to vote for don't know because they don't care, or they're on the fence, right? The people on the fence, I agree, the debate might not do any good, but the people that don't know because they don't pay attention, which I think is the majority of people, where they might tune in.
That's true, and I don't think this is going to change
They might
it.
tune in, if at all, at the last minute.
Listen,
which is now. This is the last minute in Iowa. They'll tune in to say, "Gee, I hear a vote's coming up. I should probably figure out who I want to vote for."
Yeah,
they turn on primetime. Hey, there's a debate.
Or those people don't tend to vote. Now, here's the thing:
That's
if you were in Iowa right now, do you know who you would vote for?
Yes.
Okay. And will this debate tonight change that?
For me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. You're an average guy.
I'm obviously slightly more tuned into politics than the average person.
You are just an average Joe.
Right. No, I agree with that.
Joe Six-Pack.
But in Iowa, there's a lot of less than average Joes. That's all I'm saying.
Well, there are everywhere.
Right. Well, I mean, most people are less than average.
And some of them vote, some of them don't. Anyways, I we'll see. But I'm going to
Well, I don't know if we'll see or not, because you don't know what would have happened if Trump did show up, right? If his numbers tank, which maybe that's what he's anticipating, is that his numbers are going to tank anyway.
I don't think he cares.
I don't think he's in it. I don't know if he cares or not, but
I think he's in it because he likes to play the game.
I don't know. What's funny is I was watching Fox News.
I'd be surprised if he wins.
I was watching Fox News before the show. They have 7 podiums on the stage, but they have an 8th one off to the side, ready to rush on the stage if he happens to show up by 9 o'clock.
That's not true.
And they showed it. It's right there.
Are you kidding me?
Well, yeah.
They have a spare podium for the T-Man?
Why wouldn't they?
Oh, God.
Why? He's invited. The moderators said that they prepared two separate sets of questions.
Well, that doesn't seem right.
One set if Trump's there and one set if he's not there.
No, that's wrong, in my opinion.
Why is that wrong?
It should be the exact same questions.
How would it be the same questions?
Has to be.
You would either, if they'd use the exact same questions, you would either have a debate that had 0 questions for Trump, or you would have questions for Trump when Trump wasn't there.
A real debate would be the same questions. Do you ask each person and let them express and answer that question?
I don't think so. Sure. You don't do that with 8 people.
Sure you do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, it makes for very boring television, but that's how you do it.
That's not a debate.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, you have.
No, it isn't. That's a round robin. That's a round robin question and answer.
A real debate is one topic with 2 people going back and forth on the same topic.
2 people. So, like I said, you don't do that with 8 people.
Yeah, that's not really a debate.
Oh my God!
It's a platform to answer some questions that are tossed to you.
Wow,
it's terrible. I hate them.
Wow.
I hate the debates.
Yeah.
I don't think they accomplish anything except...
I think they accomplish a lot.
Get advertising.
They absolutely accomplish a lot. They affect poll numbers for sure, and I think they really do affect voting.
Listen, Trump could shoot somebody in the street. Wouldn't change it. Hillary
could Dick Cheney.
Hillary could kill 4 people, and it wouldn't change people's vote for them. Her.
Well... Yeah, she could have people killed, and she could also just let people die.
She would still get millions of votes if she were in prison right now.
Yeah.
So how's the debate helping her?
She would. Well, I don't know if it helps her or not.
Let's move on.
I don't want to move on. This is good. This is good stuff.
I hate this.
This is good stuff.
I hate the
good
debate.
Stuff.
Everybody's crying about Trump and calling him a coward and all this crap, and it's not about that.
No, I don't.
Lots of publicity.
I don't think it's about that. I think it's a publicity stunt. He knows what he's doing. He's not afraid of Megyn Kelly.
Ooh,
right?
Scary.
I mean, I don't think she's afraid of him either.
No,
but I don't know. He might show up. He might be there. I don't know. That'd be funny.
Yeah, it would be funny. Have people call into the show right now when we're closing up to see if he's showing up.
I wouldn't be surprised. His ratings, right? Because I think people won't watch if he's not there. I think that's true.
They're not that great, anyways.
No, they're not. They're not that great.
They're kind of dying.
Yeah, according to Donald Trump.
Which is no. I think you can look at the numbers.
I can't see them
right there in front of me. I see a 3. I see a 4.
I'm wearing a blindfold.
Oh,
remember this is a. Because I bet you, I said I could be as
helpful,
add as much value to the show blindfolded as you do on a
wide
normal
open
day,
with my eyes wide open.
And I think I'm proving that.
Very good. That's why I'm going to get up, walk over there slowly, and slap you across the face, and you won't even see it coming. Because I am light on my feet. I'm like a ninja.
Can we move on?
No, I love this topic.
I'm tired of debates. I hate them.
I do too. Finally won you over. All right, let's see. Tragic news from Oregon. Feds killed a man. Whether it was justified, I don't know. Getting all kinds of conflicting.
You know what they didn't do?
Out there.
You know what they didn't do? They didn't Waco the place.
Not yet,
right?
no.
Which they could. Well, what do you mean not yet? Are there still people in there?
I don't know. They've been told to stand down, so we'll see. Sad, man, sad.
You know where I haven't seen this
I'm not sure
story is really anywhere. which is kind of weird, right? It kind of died out. It took it a while to pick up any steam on Facebook from.
Well, it was even on the mainstream. They just said, "Oh, a man was killed at the Oregon. One of the Oregon standoff people, FBI, was killed by authorities.
A couple people arrested. Okay,
Yeah.
moving on.
Yeah,
It's weird. It's weird because it was kind of a big story for a while, right? And then
there's not enough bloodshed for the media.
And that's weird because this was bloodshed. It seems like this is
not enough bloodshed.
You think if there was more, then they would have picked it up? I don't
If they
think
would have
so.
shot the one black guy that was there, then it would have made all the media.
That's a good point. I wonder, right? I wonder if it would have, because
and that's what I
there
hate.
There would have been the conflict of, yes, we can pull the race card, but he was a right-wing extremist.
Yeah, he's a militia guy.
So he can't be really a black guy.
Not really black.
Right?
No,
I mean, not really.
Oreo.
If he has guns.
Oreo, maybe.
Stop.
Why? That's just a descriptive term.
I love cookies.
I love Oreos. This is probably the best cookie ever made.
Break them in half and
You can do all kinds
eat
of
the
things.
insides.
Believe me, you can do a lot of things to them.
I know, dip them in cookies.
Okay.
You can
Okay.
dip my cookie in a cookie.
Yeah, cookie.
You can dip
Oh, now you're getting somewhere.
Ooh, cookie dip.
You know what's really good? I don't think anybody does this, but if you crumble them up and put them in ice cream, it's really good.
That's brilliant.
You could call it like cookies and ice cream or
We
something.
could probably sell that.
Yeah. So
Anyway, what?
I hear a lot of black people comparing the race card, going, "Oh, well, yeah, if those would have been black people, they'd all been shot and nuked, and killed."
I don't know who you're talking to. I
Facebook
haven't heard
people.
that at all.
Yeah, guys.
But okay.
Yeah. What do you mean you haven't heard? It's God. I hear that comparison all the time. And then,
Well, I don't think you have the right friends. I think we need to have a chat
and then
about the people you're hanging out with.
And then, of course, you see the memes on Facebook where it shows all the Ferguson riots and all the stuff going on there, where they did all the damage to all kinds of federal and government stuff and private stuff, and no one was shot and killed.
That is actually a comparison that I think is fair.
And then you look at these guys that haven't done any damage really to anything except cut some fences,
right,
and make some demands and occupy a building peacefully, and then somebody gets killed. So don't lay your
come on now.
the race card on that.
I don't think that you can compare the police responses to the two situations, right? Because we don't know the details of the response in Oregon. But I think what you can compare,
we have an idea.
We have an idea.
Of
We
what
have
it
some
was.
eyewitness accounts from other militia people, right? The Bundys,
Yeah, but there were news
who turned
people
out to be really
that were there
trustworthy.
and saw the building up of armored vehicles,
Sure,
and all that stuff.
Sure.
Hundreds of vehicles.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, we saw that,
Okay.
and then they set up roadblocks and we're stopping.
So approximately equal police response, Ferguson to right because
with
Ferguson was it Ferguson or Baltimore? I don't know. They sent in the National Guard, right?
yeah, but who cares about National Guard? These are feds. They're bigger than the National Guard.
But they didn't have.
National Guard are under state authority.
What do you mean? Who cares? They have guns. They're people
Well,
with guns.
not usually, unfortunately. No, what I'm saying is there were probably more police, more federal agents, more vehicles for
maybe
the
more.
Oregon thing than there was for any Ferguson or Baltimore or even Newtown.
Maybe, but it was federal land also, so it makes sense that the feds would respond to that.
I'm not arguing that one way or the other, but I'm just saying.
What I think is a useful comparison
in response.
What is a useful comparison is the media response to the two. Ferguson justified that they destroy private property, right? Small business owners.
Well, it was on every night, all the time.
And talking about
Nothing
it as
about
being
it.
justified.
Right.
But the Oregon thing, where they're not destroying private property, it was largely peaceful from what I gather. You don't hear much about it. In fact, it's the opposite about how horrible they are, and they're crazy militia people, right-wing extremists, right?
Deserve to be shot.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we did hear
Which
that
is-
from some individuals.
Well,
but-
Dr. Jerry Coyne said that, on his blog.
Yeah.
God, yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. It's
He deserves to be shot. You guys shoot them all. Shoot them all. But, he's a peace-loving, progressive that doesn't want to hurt anybody except for people that don't agree with him.
The other comparison that I think is not true that I keep hearing or reading it is about this is Lexington, right? Reference to Lexington and Concord.
Yeah.
Lexington, the shot heard around the world, right? It's not the same, okay?
No.
Here, the militia, whether you agree with it or not, they were being aggressive, right? They went and took over government property, right? In Lexington,
the government were coming to take,
and the whole idea of the Minuteman, right, was for them to be prepared to defend themselves. Samuel Adams, John Hancock, they were there. They were wanted by the British, so part of the deal was protecting them, right, and protecting their ammunition and their city, their town.
Yeah,
it was defensive. Now I don't know who fired the first shot. I wasn't there. You might have been.
Nobody. No, but my dad was. And
Did he started the whole thing?
I think he fired the first shot.
But it's not the same. And I'm kind of tired of hearing it like, oh, here's the start of the next American Revolution.
I
don't think so.
No, I
absolutely
think so.
not.
I think ultimately it's going to be a tempest in a teapot, unfortunately. I certainly think the government's wrong in their acquisition and their control and what they've done to these Hammonds.
I don't know about that. I don't know enough of the details, but for sure I think the government owns too much.
And I don't know what they were negotiating, but it sounds like not only did they want something about the Hammonds being released under time served, plus they wanted to get all the property back from the feds. Well, the feds aren't going to do that. They could commute the sentence.
And they might.
Well, I don't know if they will now because the feds won.
Did they?
Yeah, but
you think so?
Sure.
I think the 3%ers have a different idea.
No, the feds. What did they get except one man dead?
Not everybody dead. Look, I read the article.
I guess if you go to war and you don't fire a shot and not everybody gets killed and you don't win anything, then that's a good thing. I don't see that.
I'm telling you, I read an article on the 3%er website.
Yeah, I don't see how it's win for them in any way. It was ill-conceived from the beginning. If you're going to have a long-term standoff, wouldn't you have had semi-trucks worth of food and water and supplies and batteries and ammunition and everything all pulled into that place?
Not if you're not really good at it.
Yeah,
they've never done it before.
And then, they didn't think it through very well.
Yeah.
So
here's the deal. What they probably expected,
when they're still going to the grocery store every day to get supplies,
they probably
and wonder, they put up a roadblock. Damn, we never saw that coming.
They probably
shoot.
Oh, they own the road too. They probably expected a turnout like at the Bundy Ranch, and the feds to back down, say, well, it didn't work last time. Okay, we'll give you what you asked for pretty quickly, and that didn't happen.
A little different situation. They were actually taking cattle away and killing them, and taking private property in that regard. So that would have been closer maybe to Lexington than this. But anyways, time.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. At the Bundy Ranch, that would have been. I don't think that would have started a revolution.
No, I don't think so either.
Way more
but if you're
going
to use
rancher.
the analogy,
but I think you're right. Yeah, we can take a break if you want.
Well, I think we want to get into some good stuff here because I want to talk a little bit about
what have we been into so far.
Not so much good stuff.
Okay, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, see, that's where you and I differ because I know it's good and you don't. So at the end of the show, when we go, good show, and you'll say, I think it was terrible. And then I'll say, oh, that really sucked. That show sucked, which I'm usually right. You say, oh, no, that was a good show. So we really don't know what it is.
Okay.
All I know is we're not making $2.4 million off of YouTube like some of those people were. Can you believe that?
Well, you're not.
There are people making millions. There's one YouTuber out there making $16 million last year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. AdOutShow.com, Facebook.com/AdOutShow. We'll be right back.
If you support the Second Amendment, then join us Wednesday, April 13th for our annual Second Amendment March from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Capitol steps. There will be speakers, vendors, and gun right groups, as well as musical entertainment. Join your fellow patriots for a march around the Capitol Mall starting at noon. Meet with your state representatives to express your support of the Second Amendment. So bring the family, your friends, and your firearm to the Capitol Wednesday, April 13th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Visit secondamendmentmarch.com for more information.
At odds.
Hey mom, tired of getting paid peanuts working for someone else? Tired of that job interfering with trying to be a good mom? How'd you like to be in total control of your time and make as much money as you want to? Go to Income51.com for free information on hundreds of work-from-home business opportunities from the Mom's Business Network.
I'm a single mom, and when I found this opportunity, I was able to make $1,200 part-time my first month, fire my boss, and now work from home full-time around my kids.
What mom wouldn't want to fire their boss, still make great money, and have the freedom to live the life she wants?
I was working as a corporate executive. I never had time with my family. Then I got downsized. I decided I was never going to work for anyone again. What I like about this is I get to be my own boss, work at home around my family, and provide a great lifestyle.
Go to Income51.com for free information today. That's Income51.com. Start earning great money as soon as next week. That's Income51.com. Income51.com.
Did you ever look at the stains in your coffee cup and then realize that's exactly what happens to your teeth? PowerSwabs is the 5-minute solution to get your teeth white without visiting the dentist. This is John Greenhut, the CEO of PowerSwabs. And if your teeth are stained from coffee, tea, or smoking, all it takes is 5 minutes with PowerSwabs. In 5 minutes, you'll see an average of 2 shades whiter teeth, and in 7 days, 6 shades. It's clinically proven to whiten natural teeth as well as caps and veneers. The secret is a tooth detergent that was developed by Dr. Martin Ginniger that lifts stains off of your teeth. Best of all, there's no messy strips or trays that you have to leave in your mouth for an hour. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you're done. To try PowerSwabs risk-free, call 1-800-679-0476. That's 1-800-679-0476. I guarantee your bright white smile will have your friends talking about how great you look. Try it risk-free today. 1-800-679-0476. That's 1-800-679-0476.
Hi, this is Jeff Carlisi from the band 38 Special. The mainstream media has failed the American people once again. Internet radio networks like Red State Talk Radio will not fail you. Tune in 24 hours a day. Studios A and B. Great conservative programming around the clock. Red State Talk Radio, the dominant force in Internet conservative talk radio.
When our water heater broke down last month, it was a nightmare. It took 5 hours for the plumber to show up, and he charged us a couple of $100 just to come out. And then it cost another $1,800 to put in the new water heater. By the time it was all said and done, I felt like I'd been taken. But what else could I do?
The smartest thing you can do is get a home warranty from American Residential Warranty. Their home warranties pay to repair or replace all your major appliances when they break, and they will break, and at the worst possible time. Call American Residential Warranty right now for free information on home warranties starting at just pennies a day. Don't wait for your refrigerator to stop running or your ceiling fans to stop turning. Call American Residential Warranty right now. Ask how you can save up to 50% on washer and dryer coverage. Just call 877-595-5381. That's 877-595-5381. Again, 877-595-5381. Call now.
From now on, the only people you need to listen to are these guys.
Thank you for listening to the At Odds Show with Nate and Brian.
And this is the At Odds Show. I'm Nate. That's Brian over there. You know what you didn't do, Brian?
What? I didn't let it play all the way?
You didn't ask. Well, you didn't let it play all the way because you're generally bad at things. But you didn't ask a trivia question. Do you have one?
I'm glad you asked.
Do you know how many messages I got during the break saying, "What was the trivia question? I must have missed it."
You want me to round it out?
Yeah.
Zero.
You know what? I did get a message about a photograph of a potato. Did you see that?
No.
Because you were talking about YouTube.
I like potatoes.
You were talking about your people making
Yeah,
money on
lots
YouTube.
of money. How come I... Okay, there I am.
An Irish photographer makes $1 million with one shot.
Oh, geez.
Kevin Abish is famous for his photos. His latest photo isn't a celebrity picture, but an organic spud. The print of the potato was sold to a European businessman for $1 million. The buyer says he liked the simple portrait named Potato number 345.
So he's taken 344 pictures before that.
Yeah, but this one sold for $1 million, making it the 15th most expensive photo ever sold.
I hope it at least looked like Jesus.
It kind of looks like a planet, and maybe he thought it was planet,
like Pluto.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see
Planet
it.
Potato.
You see it?
Yeah, it looks like satellite-y.
Yeah,
or
it's
comedy.
Yeah,
or
right.
Something.
It's a nice picture.
$1 million worth?
Depending on how many millions I had.
Even if I had $1 billion, I don't think I'd pay $1 million for a picture.
Yeah,
of a
me
potato.
either. But $1 billion isn't the most millions you can have.
I'd wait until it came out on the internet and just make a copy of it.
You say $1 billion. I think if I had more than that, like
$1 million,
100 million,
1,000,
then I would
1,000 millions. That's $1 billion.
10,000 millions.
What is?
That's how many I would need to have to buy $1 million potato picture.
Yeah. Trivia question. This is a good one. You will not.
I doubt it.
You will not get this one.
I seriously doubt it.
Which president? Personally hanged 2 murderers while he was the sheriff of Erie County, New York.
In the Oval Office?
Yeah, it was in the Oval Office.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Well,
he personally pulled the thing, hanged the people.
Okay. So
because he was also the public executioner for Erie County, New York.
Which is, it's actually the most efficient when the cop is the cop, the enforcer, and the executioner.
You wouldn't think
it's even better if they get to be the jury.
There's no conflict of interest there at all.
No, and that's it's efficient. You just here we just handle it.
It is.
You don't
efficient.
have to. People don't get.
He
people
probably
don't
got
get
paid
hung up
extra
in
for
the
it.
justice system.
Hung up.
It's great.
You said hung up.
But that was good. Okay, so let's give our listeners some time to think about that. Do you have any other fun facts for us?
I have this day in history. Sad note. This day in history, January 28th, 1986, the Space Shuttle Challenger lifts off from Cape Canaveral, Florida, with the school teacher, first ordinary U.S. civilian to travel into space. Fortunately, she wasn't in space before she died. The Challenger blew up, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
And that was sad. Do you remember where you were? You were pretty young. Yeah, I mean,
when did this happen?
86.
Yeah,
I remember. I was in college.
86?
January 28th. And
oh, okay.
86. Oh, I see what you're saying. You were born September 11.
Yeah, so
in 86?
January 28th, I was somewhere. Yeah, I was. Depending on whose standards you're going by, I was a life.
Oh, jeez. All right, so, and I remember this because it was delayed like 6 days or something because of the weather and problems, and it was one of the things they thought failed were these shields
they had
that weren't exactly.
Yeah. So the problem is, though, there was too much money invested at that time already, right, to cancel. Way too
they
much money
probably
spent.
were under a lot of pressure because of the teacher in there.
Yeah.
To launch. Yeah.
Horrible.
Government.
So,
don't get me wrong, I loved space shuttles. The technology was really cool.
Well, NASA's pretty much destroyed now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not.
They're
not what it was.
Doing remote stuff.
Recent administrations have kind of like, right. We do have at least one. Well, only one worth mentioning. Guess on the question of which president personally hung 2
murderers.
Alleged murderers.
No, they were convicted.
Okay.
Yeah, no, convicted.
Abraham Lincoln?
That would be a good guess. No.
Okay.
That's it?
That wasn't my guess. That was
okay.
First-time listener.
Well, if they would listen to this part, while they were sheriff of Erie County, New York, and I don't think Abe Lincoln was ever a sheriff in New York.
I don't know.
Grover Cleveland.
Grover Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the sheriff.
That's obvious.
And
That's obvious.
Dropped the hammer, so to speak, on a couple of bad boys. I thought that was interesting. I didn't know that about Grover Cleveland. I never knew he was sheriff, and I didn't know that he was
I didn't
the
know he was
executioner.
president.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, he hung 468,000 people while he was president. Little known fact.
Well, he didn't do it, but
somebody did.
Jeez. Okay. What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about Flint? Because that's
we can, or we can just say real briefly.
That's trendy
that
now.
The 50 caliber gun was found with the Mexican.
Was that with El Chapo, or was this a different one?
Yeah, the El Chapo guy.
Well, that's one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was found with him, and it was apparently traced back to Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
So the feds actually
Of course.
sold that to somebody unlawfully.
What we really need to do, though, is keep the guns out of hands of bad people. You know? I mean, even if people in Iowa like their guns, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so
do you want to talk about Flint? Because
real
really,
quick,
I mean, are we doing? Is this TMZ? Are we doing pop culture now, or what?
I wouldn't say it's pop culture. It's
politics.
It is politics.
It's absolute politics.
Everything is
Come
politics.
on.
Everything is politics.
All right, go ahead.
This is a national emergency almost.
No, it isn't.
It's a state
emergency.
emergency.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it has been declared that. Sure.
The feds are
the damn
involved.
snow in Maryland was declared that too, because they don't know how to live with snow. They ban people from driving and moving.
30 people
when they
died.
Get some snow.
Nobody died in Flint. I mean, not from this. People die in Flint all the time. Anyways,
you don't, and you don't hear national media outrage about all of the children that are murdered in Flint all the time, right?
I don't know that there are lots of children murdered in Flint.
More in Flint than other cities.
Maybe, but
yeah,
what's
absolutely.
your definition of a child?
Absolutely. Not an adult.
Okay, is that 18 and under?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Because, you know, a lot of statistics say are calling 25-year-olds children. And
either way, if
generally you
if
go
there
up
were
to like
a lot
12
of
before
if there
they
were
turn
a lot
13.
of 26-year-olds being murdered, which I think there probably are.
That's probably
there's
more
more
true than
26-year-olds being. I don't think so. Because a lot of gangs are made up of younger people.
Yeah, I don't know that they're getting a lot of gang murders in Flint.
More than a lot of cities, which is what I said. There's more gang murders in Flint than people dying from lead water.
Yeah.
That's true. Absolute fact.
Yeah. These people could die in years from now.
They will.
It's like the police officer.
They will.
It was like the police officer that shot and lived for another 40 years and then died, and then they called it a police shooting.
Right.
Because he died from the gunshot wound 40 years later.
There's cities all over the nation that have higher lead concentration in their water than a lot of places in Flint.
Absolutely true. That's why FEMA originally turned him down, and I don't know if they okayed it or not because they didn't want to set a precedent on this because there's thousands of cities in the same group. Anyways, people know about Flint water. You know, it was a big screw up. Government kind of dropped the ball there, and
local government really messed up.
They did.
That is true.
And but this address is a socialist mentality because Walmart, Pepsi-Cola, Nestle, Coca-Cola. What did I say? Walmart, Coca-Cola, Nestle, and Pepsi.
Well, I think you can throw Anheuser-Busch in there and some other brewing
have
companies.
Donated or trying to donate millions of dollars worth of water to the Flint area. So they're not just charitable organizations that have their own ideologies. You know, they're for-profit companies.
Right.
And the people are saying by providing water to public schools for the remainder of the year, the four companies have effectively supplanted the local water authorities and made themselves an indispensable public utility, but without any amount of public regulation or local accountability. Many people in Flint may want government to work better, but with sufficient donations, they may find that the private sector has supplanted many of government's functions altogether.
That's good. I don't know why you're reading it all ominously.
Oh, well,
I think that's a good thing.
I know, but they're saying it's a bad thing, and
Right.
this is the Atlanta's David Graham who's
Atlantics,
saying, they're saying, that's bad. We can't have private
Well, what
industry
you
going
need-
in there
look.
and helping people. But then you hear the damn people say, well, if the government doesn't help them, we want to rely on private donations and private charities. So when private charities come in there, we can't have that. We got to have government because we got to have them sucking the teat of the government so that they will obey us and vote for us and put us in power, and we want to control your lives. And screw these for-profit companies. How dare they try to help?
Yeah, I mean, look, when the government screws up bad enough that a business has to donate things, the government really should regulate that. I mean, you do want the government to get involved, the ones that screwed up so badly to put you in the place that you have to rely on Pepsi giving you water.
And I'm sure Pepsi and Nestle's and Coca-Cola and Walmart are regulated through the nose on their products.
Absolutely. I'm sure of it.
So to say they're not regulated and there's no accountability is ridiculous.
Right. Well, people weren't even trusting the water that the government was.
Oh no, I was
shipping
involved in that. I mean, that's part of where I work and make my money, and it's exactly right. They were going to ship water in water trucks from Lansing to Flint, and they nixed it because they said the people don't even trust the bottled water they're getting from stores,
Right.
Because they think the government is somehow poisoning it,
Right.
And then they're given filters, right, to filter out the lead.
Yep.
People are saying, no, there's lead in those filters. It's actually going to add more lead to it. We don't want your filters.
Yeah.
So there's a PR problem there.
Of course there's a PR problem, and believe me, I'm one of the first people to say that you shouldn't just blindly trust government. Right. But to think that they intentionally poisoned the people in Flint and then under the cloak of trying to help
mitigate
them
it,
are poisoning them even more.
Right.
Really?
Right. And people, believe Elvis is still alive and
he is.
And Hitler's living in Argentina, but that's the mindset they're trying to do. Not only that, but I have to say, not derogatorily, but just factually, the demographics
It's
in
like saying,
Flint.
No offense.
No
right
offense.
before you
but
say something offensive.
Right. But I'm going to say it, that a lot of the people in Flint, education level isn't at the PhD or scientific level.
I
So
think more importantly
they
than
have
that,
mistrust there,
scientific
and
level, what does that mean?
That's a good level. That's the best level. That's like the highest level.
I think every level is scientific.
No, only if it's scientific levels.
Everything's science.
Everything is science.
Everything
is physics. Not everything is science. We've had this discussion.
Bigger than the education level. I think a symptom of this is the education level. These people, it's been liberal run for so long, and the people there have become so dependent on government that when the government screws up, they don't know what to do. Right? Because
Where do they go?
need the government.
Yeah.
Even when other private organizations come in to help, they still feel dependent on the government, but they don't trust the government, and so it's a huge conflict.
Let me clarify. They were not questioning Walmart, Coca-Cola, Nestle, and Pepsi's donations.
No. I know that.
It was the ones the government were going door to door getting out.
Right.
They would probably trust
but
private industry.
Other liberals, right, probably outside of Flint, who don't need
the
water,
super intellectuals.
Right? The ones sitting
that live
in a gated community
yeah.
with nice water,
some social
are saying that we can't have these private companies. They're so big. Look, I mean, all they care about is shareholder dividends and quarterly profits.
Yeah, but I don't even think it's that. The point they're making is that we can't have private industry supplying these people with water because that's the government's job. And if private industry does it, then
right.
we don't need government.
Yeah.
And we can't have government.
It's like you can't have roads without the government.
Yeah, I was going to say that's my brother and I clearing the dirt road there so we could use it. Tree fell for 3 years.
Yeah.
So that was my point there, I guess.
It was a good point.
Do you want to do real quick? Clinton was asked recently in Iowa
by be quick, but yes, I do.
By a someone in the audience, a young man, said that basically, Iowa loves their guns. What's your point of view on that? And we're going to stop this.
You don't know.
With it depends what Steve does. Every time she tells a lie, we're gonna stop it.
No, we don't have enough time left.
I was just gonna say, don't even play it.
It's only a 10-second clip, and we don't have enough time left
because it's all lies. Go ahead.
Hi, being here in Iowa, we like our guns.
We like them here
I
too.
just want to know what your
China?
thoughts on guns were. I mean, we love our guns.
You know what? That is your right. And that is your opportunity because of our country and because of the Second Amendment.
Also because of nature and because somebody invented the gun.
And really, she thinks it's a right because other times she said it's a privilege.
I'm a little confused because she says that's your right, that's your opportunity.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means. English isn't.
I guess
it's hard.
I have a right
but
to.
But here's what I want you, as a gun owner, to understand. We've got to keep guns out of the hands of people who don't use them for hunting or shooting practice or.
So, did you notice something there?
No.
Moving on. For hunting and collecting.
We didn't even finish it. You told me to stop before we got to that part.
No, it said it there.
You're really bad at this.
She said it.
Collecting. So, here's what I.
Yeah, it wasn't done.
Hunting, collecting, no self-defense, no protection against tyranny, which are the two primary reasons that people own guns.
Well, she doesn't want that. No, that's not true.
So
no, come on. Now you sound as bad as her that the primary reason people own guns is for defense against tyranny.
I said personal protection.
Yeah, no, bullcrap. Bullcrap.
You don't think people own guns? You don't think more people own guns?
More people own guns for hunting than those things. Yes.
Ooh, I don't know if that's
absolutely.
I don't know if that's so true anymore.
I think it is true.
500 million people, or 500 million, 500,000 people just in Michigan have concealed pistol license, and I bet most of them don't hunt.
Well, yeah, that might be true,
and I bet there's a lot more people that have a shotgun in their house that don't hunt and have it for personal protection.
Oh, so you're saying actually use it for that purpose, not own it for that purpose?
They own it
right,
for that
because
purpose.
Very, very, very few people use their firearms for self-defense.
You know what I meant. I meant they have that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think most people
protect themselves.
I think most people get a gun for hunting.
There's an overlap there,
right?
But but there's a lot of people that don't hunt.
I think
hunting is going down.
I think most people.
No.
Yeah,
hunting,
there's a lot of people that don't hunt. You're confusing it.
A lot of people.
There are more people that don't use their gun for self-defense than there are people that don't hunt. Owning it for a reason is different than actually using it for that reason. Right? I think a lot of people say, I'm going to get a shotgun for hunting. And they don't hunt. I think most people that get a gun for self-defense also have some guns for hunting, so they cancel themselves out.
What I'm going to say is that hunting is going down in this country. There are a lot less people that hunt.
Well, you can just buy the meat at the store where they make it.
20 years from now, there'll be even less. But gun ownership and new buyers of guns has continually increased.
Sure.
So there's a point where I think we've passed that, and there's probably more people that have guns they have around for personal protection reasons as opposed to just hunting. Because, the hunters can use their guns for both.
The cool thing is, though,
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
I believe that we do need comprehensive background checks. Ever since we had background checks under the Brady Bill, 2 million sales have been stopped.
Okay. That's not true. That's not accurate. While 2 million sales have been stopped, over 98% of them were incorrect and had been reversed, and the those people that were denied eventually were able to buy firearms. So very few people are trying to buy guns that are actually felons.
Except in Charleston.
We'll get to that.
Preventing people who are felons, fugitives, stalkers, domestic abusers from getting guns. I think that's good because you want to be a responsible gun owner, right? And you, I assume, are. So comprehensive background checks, we need to close the gun show loophole and the online loophole because 40% of gun sales now are going through those two sources, and there are no background checks.
That's a lie.
In fact, one of the reasons why we got to shut down the people on the no-fly list is because, we don't need them to try to buy a gun from a gun show or online that we would never be able to trace.
We'll get to Charles in a minute. Okay.
What do you mean? Oh,
so a couple
You're
things
really
wrong.
bad at this.
Couple things wrong with that. 40% don't go through a background check. That number has been disproved 1,000 times.
We've explained it.
Really good data suggests that maybe 10% are buying without background check. I just read an article on this today.
No, I think it's a little higher than that. I think it's 20, but
it was 20. But if you corrected it for like sales back and forth to people and stuff, it was down to around 10.
Maybe, yeah. Okay.
So that's totally wrong. What was the other point she made about the online?
Online or gun show that they're not traced. They can't be traced.
That's ridiculous. Well, and they also claim there's no background check needed. We did the thing with the FBI guy.
Right. Did they just ship it to your house?
They just ship it to your house, right? So
no.
All kinds of regulations. Now, what they may be talking about is a lot of states allow you to have face-to-face sales within a state. So there are cases where they have, like on gun forums, they'll say, hey, I got a shotgun for sale if you meet me at the McDonald's, in Lansing or whatever.
Like Michigan, you can do that in Michigan.
But I couldn't sell it to somebody from Florida or...
Well, you couldn't ship it to anybody.
And you couldn't ship it to
you
anybody.
couldn't even ship it within the state.
So private sales, you don't necessarily need a background check. There's a couple states that try to do that. And I'll talk about one that is proposing that in Virginia. Now, so that's wrong.
Maybe not.
So go ahead.
And we need to close something called the Charleston loophole. And here's what that is.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
When the young man in Charleston went to buy a gun,
this is really
under
sad.
the law, we have 3 business days to decide whether he's eligible or not.
In that state.
At the end of 3 business days, he showed back up, bought his gun.
Yeah.
And there was still information coming in, but the gun seller couldn't stop it. He had a right to get it after 3 business days.
All right.
And within a day or two, it became clear that he was a felon and he shouldn't have been able to buy the gun.
Okay. Not true.
Yeah, right.
Not only that, they had their bite of the apple, right? They had 3 days to deny him his rights to do this. And if they can't do it in 3 days, and the federal government can do it in a minute and a half online when you go to a gun store and buy one, that's bullcrap. Now, the second thing is he wasn't a convicted felon. He had been arrested and he was going to go to trial for a crime, but he was not a felon at the time he bought it.
Nor a fugitive.
Nor a fugitive.
Nor
or
a domestic abuser or any of those things.
Right.
Does she say anything else good or are we done? Because we're running out of time.
We're pretty close.
Kind of tired
of
her.
Yeah. Yeah, darn it.
Is there anything else?
We all know he went to a church.
No, yeah, let's stop it. All right.
Because...
all right, that's enough.
You want Jan, our friend Jan Morgan?
Yeah. Oh, no, that's not our friend.
Being here in Iowa, we like our guns.
That sounds familiar.
I
So in Lowell, Massachusetts...
What we need to do is become good fighters and stand up and fight back. This is not only...
Okay, let's introduce it.
Okay.
So in the city of Lowell, Massachusetts, a new law passed from the city that you have to write an essay defending your right to get a concealed pistol permit and get a 5-day course that costs over $1,000 before they'll even consider giving you a concealed pistol license.
That seems fair.
So I think it's wrong, but anyways, Jan Morgan had something to say about that. And Jan's been on our show, by the way.
She has.
Yeah.
Massachusetts need to do is become good fighters and stand up and fight back. This is not only unconstitutional, it is clearly an intentional effort by the city council and the mayor to discourage law-abiding citizens from obtaining their carry permit for self-defense. And in addition to that, I would advise the city council and the mayor of that city and the police chief to take a look at the latest Supreme Court decision regarding the Second Amendment, that it is incorporated under the 14th Amendment, which protects it from local governments being able to infringe on those rights. So the city's on shaky legal ground. And can you imagine, Trish, think about this. What if the city council also told the citizens that in order to have the right to vote, your voter registration card's not enough. Now you have to write a 1,000-word essay explaining why you should have that right. Obama's DOJ would be all over it. But I'm not
I mean, this is pretty crazy. I think that they're going to subject themselves to some legal issues here for sure.
And we're doing it too. We're talking over
Talking over them.
Okay.
We're talking over each other while we talk about them. I think she's right.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. It's unconstitutional.
What she was saying was that the McDonald case made the Second Amendment incorporated to the states.
Right.
I think, and she didn't explain it real well, but that's what she was trying to get at.
Yeah, okay. Sure. Close enough.
Yeah. So are we done, or do you...
Well, I mean, you've got 11 seconds if you want to say something.
I'm not going to do 11 seconds. I have too much stuff to talk about.
April 13th, Second Amendment March
Lansing,
in Michigan.
Lansing,
Michigan.
Yep.
10 a.m.
Check out our website.
2 p.m. SecondAmendmentMarch.com. Facebook.com/AdOddShow, AdOddShow.com.
My Parents Open Carry.
MyParentsOpenCarry.com. See you next week.
Bye-bye.